So Sukumar, the thing is that, and I'm going to be pedantic about it, we are not in the business of creating stories. Yeah, I'm just taking the liberty of saying we are not in the business of making up stories. Yeah, and so, but I will answer that question saying, what are the elements that we need to be careful about to make sure that when we are narrating an experience, which is a story, that we don't forget to say. Very rudimentary. Here's the following: all stories need to have time, all stories need to have location, all stories need to have a sequence of events, all stories need to have character, and finally all stories, good stories, need to have a aha moment, something that I didn't expect will happen. And so so let me give you an example of stories, and I'm going to tie this up with something I said earlier, Gautam, which is, if you have an opinion, can you back it up with a story? So
Yes.
let's say the opinion I have is, I really believe that little things can make a big difference.
Yes.
So, in 2007, Gautam, in the second Iraq war, there was a American general in a small town called Tikrit in Iraq. Yeah. And one of his biggest problems was riots in the town, right? And people would get together at some point in time. A group of people, they start sloganeering, and many a time that crowd would grow, and then finally a riot. Now, one day, when this American general was sitting on his or standing on his balcony of his office overlooking the plaza, he saw a crowd build up, and an idea came to his head. He called the mayor of the town and said, "Mayor, if I ever call you and ask you to remove the food carts from the plaza, will you be able to do that?" The mayor said, "Food carts? Why on earth?" He said, "No, just go with me." And so the mayor said, "Okay." So the next time this general sees a group of people starting to gather in the plaza, he calls the mayor and said, "Mayor, food carts." And the mayor removes the food carts. And sure enough, the buildup doesn't happen, because those guys who came in the morning at
Right.
some point are hungry, and they disperse. So the crowd doesn't build up. With just that one thing, which is removing the food carts from the plaza, he brought down the riots in the town by close to 60%. And that is why I believe little things can make a big difference. Yeah. Now, with that example, hopefully I've given you guys an understanding of what I mean by share an experience, either yours or someone else's, that drives home the point. And I'm sure all of you would agree that, uh, you know, you've probably heard this from someone or the other before, right? That little things make a big difference. But now that you've heard it along with a story, your chances are you'll remember this far longer. And to answer the question that was there just before this, which is, what are the elements? As you would have seen, I had all those elements, right? Time,
Right.
place, the sequence of events, and the aha moment. What is the aha moment? Could you believe that just removing the food carts from a plaza can bring down the riots in the town by 60%? That's the aha moment.
Great. Great.